箱子放在大巴上，在南山被偷了。
你管我！哎！
就那个黄色大巴上，拿行李那边有一个很大的鼻孔。
晏晝3點半左右，廣州交警對富民大橋進行咗交通管制。
好靚模嘞！
你觉得你自由吗？
Hello, my name is Panos Kotzathanasis, and this is ASEAN Movie Pulse Interviews. Today I'm here with Renai. Hello, how are you?
Good to see you.
Good to see you also. So tell me, the film screened in Busan just a while ago. How was the reception there?
How was what?
How
The
did the
reception?
audience receive the film?
I think they kind of enjoy it. I mean, I did ask them how they like it in the QA season, and I think they kind of enjoy the movie, and they think both the movie and me are funny.
Okay. All right, and tell me a bit about how the production came to be. You cooperated with Tan Chui Mui, as far as I can see. How did that came about?
Well, I was involved in her latest project, the Barbarian Invention. We were working with her movie for a long time, and but because of the COVID, that I couldn't make her movie. So I accidentally got a chance to make this one. Like I met a guy who liked to invest my film. So I asked her if you can be a producer for me, like help us in making film, because it's my first movie, and my crew are kind of young, and we need some experienced filmmaker to help us out. So I asked her if she could give us some advice and help us in casting, and she said yes. So we're starting to work together and to make this movie done.
And how long did it take from starting to write the script until you have finished the movie?
Well, that is quite a long time. I think the first draft of this movie actually finished in 2017, but I'm not really satisfied with it, and so I just leave it, and I went to do some other project. And there was a moment in 2019, and then I got a new idea how to make this story reasonable, make this movie looks interesting. So I decided to rewrite it, and I make a new version. And in 2020, we're starting to shoot it. So yeah, that's it.
Okay. Yeah, tell me a bit about the story, the inspiration behind the story and the characters.
Okay. It's actually a story inspired by my personal experience. Like I was in Shenzhen. But should I tell you the story first and
Yeah. Go ahead.
Okay, it's inspired by my personal story, a true story in my life. And I went to Shenzhen with my ex-girlfriend, and I lost my luggage during the long bus travel. I am kind of young at the time, and I kind of aggressive person, so I started a fight with the bus driver, and they beat me very bad. They beat me badly, and my ex-girlfriend's father, well, he almost divorced at that time, and he wants to save his relationship with his daughter. So he tries to help me sort this out, but he didn't. And actually, that is the beginning of the story, and I'm thinking about doing it. I think it's a really good start of a movie, because you have a lost suitcase, and you got a guy. He has a motivate to fight back the suitcase, and also save his life, save his family life.
But did you ever get your luggage back?
No, never.
Oh.
I never get luggage back.
Okay.
And like I told you, at some point in 2019, I realized how to continue the story, because I read a novel by Ian McKellen. It's called Saturday, and there is like a crime story within in that novel. And I think it will be a good combination to combine my story and that novel together, and we can have this family comedy and crime story together, and that comes the movie.
Sorry, I have to ask, how old are you now?
I'm 28. I'm 28.
Okay, and at the time you were, when the incident happened, the actual incident, when?
21. That was 7 years ago.
Okay, all right. And tell me a bit about the character of the father in the movie, which I found the most interesting. Like nothing goes well for him from beginning to end, almost. So tell me a bit about it.
Like what? Like how I made this character?
Yeah. Let's say, what do you want to show through him? Let's say, or how did you?
Okay. I think I mentioned in the introduction video in Busan. I will mention it again here. So I did this movie during the lowest moment of my career, and I couldn't make everything. I was expelled from my master school, and I tried to get a job in I tried to get a cinematographer job, and I got refused every single time. And I do have ambition to be a good director. So I spent a lot of time on writing script, but I never make a good one. So I think that is the feeling, that situation inspired me to create a character who couldn't make everything right, who always who never succeeds to do anything.
But do you like him, the father? Let's say if you met that guy in real life, would you hang out with him?
Actually, yes, because I do have this kind of friends like around me. I mean, we are like the team of loser, and we talk about our bad experience, and we try to inspire each other, and we try to make our life better by laughing at each other. And that is our daily life. And I mean he is poor, and he's not that lovely, but indeed he love his family. Somehow he love his family in a strange way, but he love it. Indeed, he's a good person, but he just don't know how to show it, how to do it right.
And the boyfriend in the film, is he like you, or?
Yeah, I think so. I think I'm not. I think at that time, like 21 years old, I'm not a good boyfriend, and I usually fuck things up, and I also couldn't make things perfectly. I always couldn't solve things better. I think that's me. That's a earlier version of me. Now I'm the failure father.
Okay. But let's say, would you do the same in his stead, like hide the fact that the girl is no longer studying? Like what happened when you were kicked off your master's degree? Did you hide it or did you tell your parents?
I, well, that is I struggled for a long time, and my classmate, they asked me not to tell my parents. I have an Indian classmate, and he totally understand my situation. And also I have another old friends and who study in UK, and she told me that she knew a lot of guy was kicked out of their master degree, and they just make a fake diploma and go back to China, and they provide me different kind of offer to solve this problem. And also this thing becomes, you see this leave the school, kick out of the school becomes a very important part in this movie. But I told my parents that finally, and they're really angry. My father told me not to tell anyone, just stay at home, say you are having vacation at that time. But I think I spent 1 or 2 years to persuade him that I am back and I'm ready to start my career. And I asked him to accept me as a no graduated master student. And yeah, that's that is the story between me and my father.
And is the film a kind of critique on the whole constitution of family? I felt that what you portray in the film is like the whole concept of family is almost non-existent now, as we see the members of that. Is that your opinion?
I lost your question, sorry.
Okay, what is your opinion of the concept of family nowadays? Because in the film it seems like it's ruined or something.
I don't live with my parents right now, actually, but most of my primary school classmates, they live with their parents because I was born and grown in a really small city in China. And they are kind of, the family always together. But to me, I have been to Europe for a few times, and I kind of independent from my family. And I told them, I think family is just an idea that we love each other, and love is enough. We don't need to, always together think about everything together. I think to me, family is just a thing that we love each other, we help each other, but we don't need to be together all the time.
But would you say that the members of the family in the film, they love each other?
Well, they kind of have this feeling, but not that much. I mean, there is something that you can't say your father isn't your father, right? There is something that you can't deny. But you don't want to spend time with him, but he's still your father. Like the girl, like she wants to have her own life, but she's still worried about how her father thinks about her, right? At some point, like she do care. I mean, this is the thing that something indeed that you can't deny in your life. But yeah, I would say love. But not like strong love, not a kind of strong care love, but just love, some kind of relationship.
Okay. And can you tell me a bit about the scene when the father and the boyfriend, they go to this doctor, but nothing seems to work. It seems like the doctor is mocking them essentially. Is the system so hard to navigate in reality, or how is it?
Yeah. It happened in the reality. All the words I mean that scene is kind of it's kind of ridiculous. In real life, it's even more ridiculous because her father, my ex-girlfriend's father, like he promised me everything. He said once we go there and everything will be solved, and we went there and just like that. And I was totally shocked, and I remember every single word the doctor told us. And I think that will be a really good scene to show what kind of person this bad father is.
But what happened in the real incident in your real life? Did you get them to court, the drivers that beat you, or what happened after the incident?
Nothing happened.
In real life.
Nothing. And in real life, nothing happened. Like that bad father promised me everything, but nothing happened. Like he couldn't help. He couldn't help. I can't find the suitcase, and the driver just nothing happened because we don't have the car license. We don't know how to find the bus. We don't know how to find the driver, and all we have is me getting beat, getting hurt badly, and nothing. That's it. Like we do spend like 2-3 days to try to talk to policemen and to try to talk to the bus company, but I think it's not big deal to those policemen to the bus company, and nothing happened at the end.
Okay. I felt that the basis of the film is dramatic, but also I find the film very funny. You have this ironic sense of humor, let's say. Why did you choose to have it like that and not make it like a straight drama, let's say?
Okay. Once there is a Hong Kong director, and in a workshop, like one-on-one workshop. At that time, I was struggling with my script, and he asked me that you are not a big fan of Wong Kar-wai at first time, right? At very early age, you are not a big fan of Antonioni, at the beginning, right? You should be a big fan of Stephen Chow, right? You should fight back your first love to cinema. You should do the thing you really love. And honestly speaking, I am a big fan of comedy. Not only Stephen Chow, but Lubistri, Billy Wilde. I love them so much, and I got a lot of inspiration from them. And I think they are really they're the true genius in movie making. And I want to do some funny thing. I want my audience enjoy my film. I mean, I'm actually also an audience of my film, so I want to make me enjoy. So I'm glad that you think the film is funny, and that is why I want to do it. I mean, I want to make more comedy in the future if it is possible.
But did the audience in Busan laugh when they were watching the film?
Not as strong as I imagine, but they laugh sometimes. I mean, people have masks. They can't, laugh very. They can't just do that. Ha ha ha. But I remember there was an audience like sitting next to me. She laughed really, she laughed at the end, like just like she realized that everything is like a big joke, and she laughed. And I feel, oh, that's good. I got a first, big laugh at the end.
Well, okay. And regarding the rest of the elements of the film, because at some point it becomes like a crime film, and then there is also like a thriller when you have the invasion in the house. How smooth was that transition? Easy for you? Because it starts drama, then goes crime, then thriller, then comedy. It's very difficult.
I mean, it was much harder than my imagination. When I doing my script, I think it should be easy. But when I present to Lee Kang-sheng, our protagonist, our main actor, and he told me that these might be really hard. You have to think it again and again. But I didn't take it seriously. And I do the film. We prepare, but on set we realized that we should think about it more before the shooting. We cut out a lot of scene in the post because we realized that this kind of genre change doesn't work at some point, and we didn't prepare that well in the first time, so we have to cut out those things because it doesn't work, and it ruined the transition of the genre. I mean, personally, I'm not really satisfied of how it looks right now. I think I could do better. But to me, it's like I try to watch as much as this kind of film like has genre change possible, and I try to think about it again and again. And we spend a lot of time in editing and try to find where is the place to combine this kind of a different genre together. And also, I have to say, we use as you can see, we use a lot of music because my editor thinks those music could help to change move to build a new kind of atmosphere for the audience.
So can you tell me a bit more about the music in general in the film?
Like what?
Okay, I'm very interested in how you came up with this remix of "In the Air Tonight" by Phil Collins, which I felt is the most impressive in the film.
Okay. Let me see. The film, like the first cut of this movie, the first draft of this movie is about 150 minutes, and I don't like it. It's really long, and I'm not like a big fan of like 2-hour movie. I don't like 2-hour movie. So I stopped for a while. I'm thinking again, and I tried to find an editor for this film. So I got a contact for my editor, and but she was busy at the time, and she couldn't have time to watch the whole movie, to watch the first draft. And I figured out an idea that I could cut the film into several short film, like a teaser, but narrative teaser. And I cut the film into like 6 15-minute short film, and I sent to her. Like, in order to make this short film looks good, looks exciting, interesting, and to make her work with me. So I didn't think about too much about how it looks like in the feature film, but I just think about the short film, the 15-minute short film, and I just use music, whatever I think, whatever I like. And In the Air Tonight is I watch it's a commercial. It's a TV commercial. Do you know the chimpanzee with the drum, the TV commercial? Yeah, and there was a night I was alone in the editing room, and suddenly I just get the idea about that chimpanzee. I mean, this song gives me the feeling of the sudden violence, and I think that is really cool. I mean, that is the thing I want to do in my movie, sudden violence. You see the violence comes really sudden and just boom, like that. And I just realized that this is a really good song for that plot. So I just went back to editing room and try, and I really like it. I think it looks cool. And I got this short film I sent to my editor, and she said to me, "That is cool, man, and we should do this." And we're starting to cut the whole movie according to this sequence, according to like the riffing, the music and the atmosphere and the sudden violence of this short film, and we're starting to cut the whole movie, and we got the thing like that.
Okay, but this is also the kind of music that you hear on your own outside of movies. Is this the type of music you usually listen to?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. All right. And can you tell me a bit about the casting?
Okay. We are super indie movie, and we don't have a lot of budget. We just accidentally got an investor, and he told me that go, and I starting to do the casting. And we didn't think about Lee Kang-seung in the first moment because he's like a big guy to us. But my producer accidentally know his agent in China, and his agent in China, I mean, we asked for another actor, but his agent told me that, why not you just try Lee Kang-seung? I was like, what? I could just try Lee Kang-seung? Okay. And we just sent him the script. And after a while, he told me that, your script is a little bit interesting. That's how he said, a little bit interesting. Let's have a video talk. So we have a video, and in his style, he speaks really slow, and he's like, okay, like how he do in the movie. And I don't know how he thinks about me at the time, because everything is like you're talking to a Simon Liang's movie. You're facing a Simon Liang's movie. And after a while, his agent told us that, yeah, he likes the film and he wants to do it, but you need to think about the genre change, like I told you before. And I said, yeah, sure, I will work hard. I will spend more time on the script. So we got Lee Kang-seung, and after that, everything runs really smoothly. We just go to our agent and say, we have Lee Kang-seung. We want we want your actor, and they say, yeah, sure, let's talk about it. And we just got the whole cast. I mean, all the actor, they're great. They're experienced actor, except for those small character. We use some, non-professional actor like my father, in the film. But
who does your father play?
There, okay. You remember there is a guy Lee Kang-sung is interviewed with a guy asking, do you think you have freedom?
Okay.
And
yeah.
that's my father. That's my father. This is the only way I can figure out that give him some words to say, but don't influence the whole movie. And that is the thing. I mean, I think about it again and again and again, because he is also an investor of this movie, and I agree that to arrange a character for him, and a character for him, which had a scene with Lee Kang-sung. So so that is the only way I can figure out that to make an interview. But editor likes it. My editor, she likes that scene a lot, and she thinks my father doing a good job. And I cut that scene out 3 or 4 times, but my editor bringing it back again and again, so I decided to leave it there.
Okay. Did your father watch the movie?
What?
Has your father watched the movie?
No, not yet. Not yet. He wants to. Not yet.
Okay.
Not yet. He likes some of the shot, but he doesn't have the chance to watch the whole film.
Okay. And tell me a bit about that French guy that is the boyfriend of the mother. How did that idea came about?
Well, like I told you, the movie, like the story is based on a true. Yeah. Actually, my ex-girlfriend's mom was dating a Portuguese, a tennis coach, I think, and that Portuguese tennis coach come to their house and having dinner with her sometime, and I met him several times and talked with him a few times, and I think it's really, interesting elements in the movie, even in life, even in real life, because we kind of shocked to see this lady dating with an attractive Portuguese tennis coach.
So your ex-girlfriend has seen the film?
Huh?
Your ex-girlfriend, has she watched the film? I think she would be angry, won't she?
I think so. I don't know how to talk to her at this point, actually. It's kind of awkward. But luckily, I don't need to talk to her right now, right?
Okay.
Like, we completely broke up, so yeah, cool. I'm fine.
Okay. All right. And can you tell me a bit about the cinematography, what you wanted to do in the visual aspect of the movie?
Okay. Me and the cinematographer, we are kind of classmates in FAMU. Like I went there earlier, but we were friends before FAMU. And I'm a big fan of Safety Brother. I watch Good Time, and that is another thing that inspired me to make this kind of genre mix movie. So I tell my cinematographer that I want to do something really tight, and I want to create a lot of outer space, something out of the lens, and I want to build up tension by using a lot of close-up. So we decide to make this movie into a lot of close-up, handheld, just in order to create more tension at specific scenes.
Okay. And can you tell me a bit what is your opinion of the Chinese movie industry at the moment?
Like in which kind? Like,
let's say, do you think it's easy or difficult to shoot a movie there? Or how is it?
Well, definitely difficult, because right now we don't. I mean, right now because of the COVID, the cinema is not open. I mean, the cinema doesn't run really well, and we don't have a lot of new film right now. And the production company, they tend to make a conservative choice. in the pre-production, we don't have that much chance to make a movie for new director. I mean, there are some, but I think it's not enough because it's China has a really big market and box office, but we don't have that much new director coming out every single year.
Yeah, but do you have any plans to screen the movie in China?
I want to, but I'm not sure about it because it's a complex question. It's not only about me. It has to connect with the market, with those production company, distribution company. It's a complex question. I can't say I don't know.
Okay. And last question, I guess, can you tell me a bit about your future projects, which I am watching one as we speak, but tell me a bit more about it if you can.
Well, thank you. But first of all, thanks for like my film. I mean, I'm glad, and I'm actually preparing for a horror comedy. It's also a genre mix. I don't know if you watch some old Hong Kong movie, like it's about zombie, a horror comedy, and I'm a big fan of it. And I want to make a film about a master in my village, because I have a relative who work as a master in my village, in my old village, and he's doing this kind of thing. And I want to do this kind of. I wanted to do this kind of Hong Kong horror comedy. It's actually like the camera one cut to the death.
Okay.
Like the first part is horror, and the second part we say no, it's the whole joke. It's a joke. It's a comedy.
Okay. And about the documentary that you are shooting now?
Yeah, because I got COVID after I come back China, and I was brought to a quarantine hospital, and I think it would be funny if I can record my life here, record everything here. So yeah, I'm doing a documentary about my life in a quarantine hospital in China.
Okay, I guess that's it. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you very much.
Okay, this was ASEAN Movie Pulse interviews from Panos Kotzathanasis and Renai. Have a nice evening. Bye.
Bye.